if you're doing any kind of networking, have a VA do the follow-up for you, or at least support you in the follow-up, right? Your sales pipeline. I mean, every entrepreneur, maybe barring this kind of the e-commerce, should have some form of sales CRM.
What are some of the things that your clients tend to outsource the most to VAs? Like if somebody's listening to this and they've never hired a VA before, or they're concerned, I can't have someone else book my flight tickets. Like my wife, she won't let anyone book the flight tickets or get the hotel. It's not going to happen. But I know people who outsource that stuff all day long.
Some people do. Some, like one of the companies I work with, they use an outside agency, not a foreign agency or from the Philippines. I still like to book my own flights. I like to kind of compare and just kind of thing. So I don't do that. What I look to outsource is all the day-to-day repetitive stuff, right? Just the stuff that makes me kind of want to throw up when I have to do it, right? So we all have those, admin, billing, invoicing, checking, Stripe declines, these kind of things, which is just annoying it takes up a little bit of time sometimes, but when you add it up, it just kind of kills that creative spirit, and it kills that flow, that the excitement we have for our own businesses sometimes. And a lot of people have 80% of their work time is doing that kind of work, right? I mean, the stuff that they actually left their corporate job to do, they find themselves not doing it because they're doing all this admin level bullshit. So you ask me a question, what do people do? There's like LinkedIn, there's social media, there's content creation. People sometimes have no issue shooting the videos, but they don't want to edit the videos. They don't want to put captions on. They don't want to post the videos. They want to look at who's engaging with the videos. They know they should be using LinkedIn, but they don't want to log into LinkedIn. Sales pipelines. A lot of people are out there doing kind of networking and stuff. So they'll spend hours of time networking and almost little or no time doing follow-up, right? If people ask me, hey, Beejal, what's one of the two things that I should have a VA do? So if you're doing any kind of networking, have a VA do the follow-up for you, or at least support you in the follow-up, right? Your sales pipeline. I mean, every entrepreneur, maybe barring this kind of the e-commerce, should have some form of sales CRM, right? I'm not talking about email autoresponder. I'm talking like a sales pipeline, right? But we have a resistance sometimes even logging in to the platform that shows us where our money is. Well, you can train a VA to do that. They'll log in, they'll tell you who to follow up with, etc. Another thing that I recommend to clients, which is one thing to be delegating work to a VA, but we as entrepreneurs also have things that we should be doing, right? We go to workshops, we buy courses, etc. And sometimes we don't even open the box. Sometimes we open the box and don't go through it. Sometimes we go through it and don't do shit, right? So what I like to do is I like to meet with my VAs on a Friday. We kind of prioritize what's the most important things to get done the next 7 days. And I have the VA schedule things in my calendar. And I've got a lot of clients who use the VAs in a similar way. They're not doing anything. They're just scheduling my shit for me. And then they check in with me. Hey, Beejal, did you get these 3 things done today? I was like, no, I didn't. But that alone, if all you did was hire a VA to just kind of keep you on track, would be a game changer for a lot of entrepreneurs.
Yo, it's Igor. I want you to have my Amazon bestselling book for free for taking the time to listen to my podcast and to watch my YouTube videos. Now, I'm not only going to give you this book for free, but I'm going to throw in about $3.2 thousand in free bonuses. Now, if you want to get this book, please click the link in the description, or you can also go to igorsbook.com. And now, back to the podcast.
Yeah, I agree. Like I'm terrible at sticking to my schedule. I'll show up for a call at the designated time, but I really need someone to remind me that there's going to be a call today. Like I got one VA, her name is Hannah, and her job is like she'll just send me a WhatsApp message saying, "Hey, you got a call in an hour. Here's the Zoom link. Here's this," and there's no interaction there whatsoever. Or she'll be just notifying me like 3 days out about a birthday or something. And I know there's like an automated reminder for stuff like that you can set up. But somehow it coming from a human being, that's really cool. Another thing that I do is I ask Hannah to help me research gifts for people, because that usually takes a lot of time, and it's just something that I don't know. I don't enjoy doing the research. I enjoy giving the gift. I don't enjoy the research. So I'll be like, okay, so this person's got a birthday coming up. They're turning like 58. They're into this, and this. Go, and she'll come back with ideas, and I'll be like, no. Kind of like that. Maybe do a few more like this, and it's just it's just a very simple process. And eventually, she'll put in the order with Amazon. She'll put in the address and send it in. There's one time that I set up a perfect system that I'm so proud of, but it really backfired. So I know that my wife, she likes getting flowers. Like that's one of her love languages. It's when she receives a bouquet of flowers, it's just blows her away. And I figured that out one time, finally, after many years in marriage. And I spoke to Hannah and I said, look, let's set up an automated delivery system where every few weeks we're going to get an unexpected delivery at the door. It's going to be a beautiful, bouquet. Has to be roses. Every time it's going to be different color roses, but, basically make it happen. She found a store. She set up a routine. She would call them every 2 to 3 weeks. She's going to be placing an order. She got the credit card, and it's happening. And after just three times that we ran this, it backfired because my wife went in. She opened the door. There's flowers, and I go upstairs, and she's like not happy. Like something's off. Like you can feel. How sometimes your wife doesn't tell you, but And I was like, "What's wrong? Beautiful flowers." She's like, yeah, but you didn't order these, did you? Hannah did. I was like, well, I'm paying her salary, and I told her to do it. It's like, yeah, but you didn't do it. You didn't put in the effort. I was like, what do you mean I didn't put? I approved it. She sent me the photo. I said, yes, I like that. It's like, no. And then one day, I went to a grocery store, like one of these big ones, and they have like a flower section, and I just grabbed a bouquet, right? I didn't even look at it. I just grabbed it like that, came back home. I'm giving it, and it wasn't like beautiful or anything. It was just, it was okay. It was like $25. And I give it to Anastasia, and she's like, she's amazed. She's, feeling loved and everything. I was like, now tell me, what the hell is the difference? Well, you invested the effort. It was like, no, I didn't. I just went to get milk, but I also grabbed flowers on the way. No, but you did it. You looked at them, you went, and so I canceled the whole flower subscription model, that's how I get flowers from Anastasia now. It's just some things I just can't outsource because of that.
Something you just got to do, buddy.
Yeah, but she's great. Hannah did all sorts of tasks for me. At one point, she even wrote a script for a comic book. So I think I told you this, but I do these comic books for my kids. I got a few, like this one's about an Oreo Cookie Monster, and there's one about the birds. So this one, it's called Erica's Little Secret. It's I don't know, 12 pages, 15 pages or something. It's basically when my daughter saves me. So I got a flat tire, then I walk in the woods and I fall into a bear trap or something, and she uses super hearing to hear me and then flies over and saves me. So she wrote the dialogue and the outline for this one. Like she's not a writer. It was before ChatGPT, and she sent it to me. I gave her, notes, sent it back. We went back and forth a couple of times, and she did it. And she basically saved me like $1,000 because that's what a comic writer charges for a comic book outline. So that was really, really cool. Yeah. Other times, I just ask her to go and do research about different things, events, or otherwise, stuff for work, transcriptions, organizing something into a document, or connecting with somebody, setting up a call, or it could be a million things. I really wish, the only thing I really wish is sometimes to have an assistant in person, which is another thing I've attempted, and maybe you can speak to this for a few minutes. But I hired just the wrong person for the job. Like, it's somebody who I let into my home. They started out really well, but at some point they started hating on me. They just didn't like my personality as they got to know me a little better, because I'm very disciplined. I'm very aggressive when it comes to goals. I'm very aggressive when it comes to my boundaries as far as my work. And I have a certain way I communicate. And, if I'm moody, then I'm probably very difficult to be around. So basically, what this relationship ended with is her writing a 1,200 word email to my wife. First off, she ghosted us. First off, she disappeared for 3 weeks. But then she wrote a really long email to my wife saying that she has to divorce me as soon as possible and take the kids away because I am a tyrant and I'm an abusive man. And, that was the theme of the email, basically. It was pretty terrible too. Like, my wife ended up crying about it. I was very upset, but kind of moved on since then. But yeah, it was the absolute wrong person to let in. But she was amazing for the first couple of weeks. She was really helpful. She went grocery shopping and did all different things around the house that I never got around to doing, like, framing a picture. Like, I have like a gift that I received for Christmas over there. It's one of my prized possessions at this point. It's a personally signed Manchester United jersey by Sir Alex Ferguson, with a photo of him signing it for me. It says Igor. And it's still right there on the floor. Like, I still haven't put it up on the wall. So sometimes I do wish we could bring, an in-person assistant, but I just don't see it happening with everyone working remote now.
Yeah, I mean, I have recently brought in an in-person assistant, and it is my wife. So it's unlikely that she's going to write a letter to herself. But going back to what you're saying is that hiring locally is not as easy as people think. And if you are, let them know your pros and cons. Like literally say, look, when I'm in a good mood, I'm in a good mood. When I'm in a not a good mood, this is how I can be. Have you ever worked with anybody like this before? How would you handle that? Is it going to affect your mental health? Blah, because that's a big thing as well. With a lot of local workforce, especially here in the US, people are going to be playing that mental health card. Which, look, everybody has challenges. Right?
Have you seen the latest South Park episode about that? Where
no,
Cartman. No, so Butters is working in this ice cream shop, and he brings in Cartman to work. And Cartman's like, on the first day, he's like, "Yeah, I need to take my mental health days off." And oh man, it's so funny. It's epic, just epic.
Yeah. So we've got as employers, as business owners, we've got that to deal with. And look, I'm not saying it's not legit. What I'm saying is that we have to adjust with the times if we're going to hire local labor, right? And we're going to deal with that as part of it in a sympathetic way. And sometimes it just may not, who we are may not work with people who are going through those kind of challenges, right?
No, yeah, I completely get it. And, hopefully that by doing the personality test or vetting process or having a relationship with, with your VAs, you can avoid that. But it can be really challenging to deal with someone you let into your life, because that's essentially what a system becomes. It becomes a part of your life. She or he becomes a part of your life, and then getting them in and then detaching them as well is just a process that can be a bit painful. So you definitely want to be working with somebody who understands what the hell they're doing. Speaking of which, we do have to wrap up, although it was a fascinating conversation. So I know you help people with hiring the right VA for the right job, so everyone's happy, kind of this matchmaker, if you will. So where can we go to find out more about you and maybe get your help as far as, outsourcing the dreaded tasks?
Yeah, the best place is to go to our website, Igor. It's a Be Epic Outsourcing, kind of what's written here. And the word epic, the reason I use the word be is the B is a symbol of productivity, right? They get on, they get their job done, they communicate the work together. Epic is a kind of acronym that stands for being efficient, which is the best use of time. P is about being productive, producing the right results. I stands for being intentional, really being what do I intend to do? And the C is about completion. A lot of entrepreneurs struggle with completing stuff that they start. So that's what Be Epic stands for. Outsourcing is basically what we do with a team of home-based VAs in the Philippines. So if they go to the website, there's 3 steps to follow. There's no high-pressure selling. We're not trying to convince people. We just want to make sure that we have answer the questions. And if we can solve your problems, then great. If not, we'll do our best to kind of point you in the right direction.
Awesome. So it's Be Epic Outsourcing. There's going to be a link in the show notes, but I'll spell it out for you guys who are listening to this driving. It's BEEEPIC outsourcing.com. Beejal, thank you for taking the time to chat with me today. It was a pleasure, and I'm sure we're going to be chatting some more in the future.
Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, awesome, man. Thanks.